Earlier today, APGA took its campaign rally to Anambra East, where Governor Soludo of Anambra State informed voters how to deal with voter bias during the November 8th governorship election in the state. Governor Soludo urged electorates in the state to collect money from riggers but vote for the All Progressives Grand Alliance. By its few days to the election, let's see how this plays out. In the meantime, let's speak with Daniel Ezegwe, who is the senior media aide to the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Soludo. Good evening to you, Mr. Ezegwe. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Good evening. Thanks to be here once again.
All right. So in the words of Governor Soludo, they are planning for rigging, they are planning for violence, but APGA is planning for free, fair, transparent and credible election. I mean, that's what they are planning. So who are those planning for rigging?
Good evening once again. You know, when the governor of Anambra State, Professor Soludo, talks, he talks out of wisdom. He talks out of the things that he believes in. He talks out of reality. So when he says that some people are planning to rig, the fingers point to the opposition, those that already know that the people are not with them. So their last resort is to rig, to buy votes, bring in talks into the state and try to disrupt the process in their favor. So when the governor talks, the governor is trying to preempt or trying to let people know about their plans so that people get ready for them. Because when the people of Anambra State have already made up their mind that they are voting for APGA, and some people at the opposition are scared, and they want to try to see a way to circumvent the process and bring in talks, cause violence, and try to destroy. And we're talking about the people in the other side of the divide. So when the governor talks out of wisdom and trying to talk to people, trying to educate the people, and get them to be aware of what is on ground, and get them to resist those who are trying to who are trying to disrupt the process. To say that.
But then how does the governor, reconcile the statement with his administration's commitment to free, fair and credible election? Is this not encouraging a form of passive electoral malpractice?
No. The governor is, if you listen to the governor very well, the governor was trying to tell the people, let them know that on the day of the election, this is what you're going to witness from the people in the opposition. This is what they are planning. Remember, the governor is number one citizen of Anambra State. He's chief security officer of the state. And the information at his disposal is not the same information at the disposal of every other Anambra person. So he's trying to talk to the voters, educate them, tell them to resist those that will come in and disrupt the process.
It says, let me remind you, it says collect their money but vote for APGA. So what message does this send to the public, and particularly about the youth, about integrity and ethics in the democratic process?
No. The governor was only trying to be figurative when he said collect their money and vote for APGA. He's trying to, the statement there is reject them and vote for APGA, reject their advances and vote for APGA, reject their temptation and vote for APGA. I don't know your interpretation of that, but the governor was very firm in his appraisal of the whole issue, and he has been consistent in this message, trying to tell Anambra voters that on the day of the election, this is what we are going to witness from the opposition, because they are scared. They are scared of the performance of the governor. They are scared of the performance of the present administration. They are scared that the governor is going to beat them. So they are already living the reality of the losses that await them. And their last resort now is violence, buying votes and doing all sorts of things just to get there.
All right. I'm not a lawyer, but, with my years of experience on this job, I know there are legal implications of such a statement under Nigerian electoral law. But let's move away from that. He also says in Anambra, APGA is not just a political party. It's almost like a religious movement. I'm just wondering, this is a state where Mr. Peter Obi comes from, and publicly supporting a candidate, George Moghalu. Isn't that a lot of confidence?
No. You are getting the arithmetic wrong. I think you should come down to Anambra and feel the atmosphere. You should feel the vibe a little. When you see the governor campaigning, you see the number of people on the campaign ground. It tells you organic crowd. It tells you what awaits the people on November 8th. APGA is Anambra. Anambra is APGA. It's a natural law. It's just like that. It's natural. When the governor says APGA is more than a movement, it's a religion in Anambra State. And every common Anambra person identifies with APGA. It's just like ideological brand is what our people are known for. So when you say where P2B comes from, P2B is doing his own politics in his own party, but APGA is what everybody knows. You just reminded me the name of the candidate of the Labour Party, and most people here don't even know him. Most people here don't even know him. But most people don't even know that Labour Party is contested. So APGA is the brand, and every person in Anambra State identifies with the brand. It's just like to summarize it's just like what the governor said. It's like a religion. It's what the people believe in. It's the philosophy that guides everyone in Anambra, and that's why they say Anambra is APGA. APGA is Anambra. Anambra is APGA's DNA. APGA is Anambra's DNA. It runs in everyone on Anambra's DNA, even those in Anambra State and those outside of Anambra State.
And taking a hint from past elections in Anambra State, there have been allegations in past elections of vote buying and intimidation. Many thought that was what the governor was going to address instead of telling the people to collect their money and vote for APGA. But what has taken center stage since campaign started? Are all parties on the same page to ensure a credible and clean campaign?
No, if you're personalizing this issue of collect their money and vote for APGA, I've tried to explain the governor's philosophy.
And I've moved on from that. I've moved on from that, Mr. Ezekwe. I'm asking about campaign now.
So the atmosphere is ripe and is just like every other day in Anambra State. If you come down here, it doesn't look like we are preparing for election in just two weeks time. So because it's like that because of the performance of the man on seat, because of the performance of the governor of Anambra State, and our people already know the game. Our people already know what's going to happen. Is the same system that played out, is the same pattern that played out in August when APGA went for a by-election in Anambra South and Onitsha, and won landslide. Despite everything that the opposition did to disrupt the process and get it in their favor, it just like a normal day for every Anambra voter, knowing fully well that this is the man they are going to vote in for. This is the man that has come to Anambra State and changed the paradigm of leadership. This is the man that has brought unprecedented leadership, that has brought good governance to the doorstep of every Anambra. And this is the man that every Anambra believes in. And this is the man they vowed to vote for come November 8th. And it's a sealed deal. There's no saying the fact that our people will vote against that. So it's a sealed deal, and every Anambra come November 8th is coming out to vote APGA, to vote Professor Charles Soludo, and to vote for the right process.
So why would they be voting APGA again? Can you highlight specific achievements? Just one or two. Kindly hold on, sir. Please hold on. I want you to mention specific achievements of this current government that the party will use to campaign for continuity. And I also, because I remember one of the promises Prof made to the people is to transform Anambra State into an industrialized and economic prosperous state. The opposition members say that is not where Anambra State is as of today. So why should the people vote for Professor Soludo again?
See, I want to answer that question. But let me first of all tell you something. When the opposition come up and say that they want to come and fix Anambra State and do better than the governor has done, I think the question journalists, people in your position should ask them is, what do you want to do differently? And do you want to beat a man that came into power, a man that has...
Mr. Ezekwe, because of our time, let me tell you, because of our time, I mean, you cannot even teach me my job. These are the questions we've been asking. But because of our time, please kindly answer the questions.
No. I think you should ask them the right questions. This is a governor that has...
I have asked them all the right questions. You just answer my own question.
I want to answer your question. I want to answer your question.
All right.
I want to beat the time, please. This is a man that has constructed that awarded over 1,000 kilometers of road and completed 800 of them with bridges, flyovers, dualizing all the trunk A roads in Anambra State. This is the man that has almost brought complete, absolute security in Anambra State. Remember when he came in 2021, he couldn't even campaign in Ihiala and some parts of Anambra South. Over 8 local governments, some parts of over 8 local governments were held down by non-state actors. Today, people from that local government areas are going back to their communities. I hope you know that this is a man that has brought free compulsory education in Anambra State. And as of today, Anambra is the state with the lowest number of household school children in Nigeria at about 2.9%, with enrollment in school increasing all-time high. This is a man that has brought free antenatal and delivery services in all the public health facilities in Anambra State, with cesarean section, free, everything free. This is a man that has transformed Anambra's health sector, bringing massive differences in our health sector, primary healthcare sector, secondary healthcare sector, constructing general hospitals, revamping the primary healthcare, 326 primary healthcare centers in Anambra State. This is a man that has transformed human capital development. 5,000 teachers recruited in the first 2 years of its administration, and today we have 8,115 teachers recruited. This is a man that has trained and empowered Anambra youth, over 8,300 of them, and empowered them. This is a man that is transforming what we call Anambra Digital Tribe. 20,000 youths empowered under the Anambra Digital Tribe, where we have the Solution Innovation District. This is a man that has done what governors that stayed for 8 years couldn't even do. This is a man that's transforming Anambra's education sector, human capital development everywhere in Anambra State. So when the opposition come to say that they want to do more than the governor has done, I think we should ask them pertinent question. What do you want to do that the governor has not done times 3? This is a man that has changed the paradigm of governance in Anambra State. And come November 8th, our people are going out there to vote him again. And I promise you that you will win landslide, because the whole thing has been established. And our
Right, so
people are
I would have loved to take
again.
you up on the issue of security, because you had talked about how well the governor had fared in that sector. But I mean, I realize that these are questions I should direct to the governor. But you must have also heard of the increasing rate of baby factories in Anambra State and fresh incidents of violence and encroachment of farmland. So how does the APC-led, APGA-led government intend to address these concerns?
Oh, you almost said APC-led.
Yes, so I corrected myself.
Okay, it's APGA.
I know it's APGA. I corrected myself. I said APGA.
Okay, I thought you were campaigning for APC. Sorry. See, in Anambra State, these issues you see on social media, I think we should ask better questions about them. When you see on social media that Anambra is this, Anambra is that, Anambra is that, you ask them, why are you coming from Anambra? Is Anambra like this and you are coming? See, these things are things you see on social media. As far as I can tell you, I'm in Anambra right now talking to you. Anambra is safe. There's nothing. I've not heard an issue of baby factory in the last 2 years. Anambra is safe. Anambra is secure. Anambra is the most secure and the safest state in Southeast and even Nigeria today. When last did you hear that someone was kidnapped and killed in Anambra State? When last did you hear that herdsmen went into farm and attacked farmers in Anambra State? When last did you hear about unknown gunmen or whatever they call them in Anambra State? When last did you hear about sit at home in Anambra State? When last did you hear about violence, electoral violence in Anambra State? Opposition members are campaigning freely, safely.
All right, Mr. Ezegwe, but I also think it's important for you to keep yourself
in Anambra State
up to date with happenings and challenges in Anambra State, because I mean, as to what I said about increasing rates of baby factories, even the Commissioner of Information in Anambra State, Mayor for Law, attested to the presence of baby factories in the state, and it says the governor is doing all he can to address it. But you are telling me tonight that there is no such thing as happening in Anambra State. But quickly before I let you go, please hold on. Beyond the governorship race, what is APGA doing to expand its base nationally and reposition itself as a major political force in Nigeria?
APGA is expanding. Remember, so many people have won elections under APGA, and after winning the elections, they tend to find their whatever in other parties. But as far as we are concerned, we are consolidating in Anambra State, trying to build from Anambra State, trying to expand from Anambra State. The most important thing is that APGA has a very strong base, APGA is a very strong institution in Anambra State. And that's what we expect people to look at, people that see APGA as a co-progressive, want them to emulate what is happening in Anambra State, look at what is happening in Anambra State,
all right, then.
and tend to work in that line, knowing very well that APGA can succeed everywhere. APGA
all right, thank you for joining us tonight. Daniel Ezegwe, Senior Media Aide to the Governor of Anambra State. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you very much for watching, everyone. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But before we go, let's tell you that views and reactions of our resource persons are theirs and have no connection with TVC News. Meanwhile, you can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode at 12:30 a.m. Get in touch with us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and X at TVC News NG and at Olajumo KW using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News NG. I am Olajumo K. Good night, everyone.